Please rise in body and or spirit, sing together our opening hymn, number 122, Sound Over All Waters.
Lift burdened branches still with ecstasies.
Sing bridal of nations with chorals of love. Sing out the war vulture and sing in the dove. With glad jubilation, sing hope for the world. The great storm is ending, the clouds are all furled.
Yag mehayi hachafetz chaim, ochev yamim litrob tov. Tu surmera va'aseh tov, bakesh shalom veradefeh. Whoever of you loves life and desires to see many good days, turn from evil and do good. Seek peace and pursue it.
Sound trumpets of triumph for marches of peace. East, west, north, and south, let the long choral seas sing songs of great joy that the angels began. Give glory to children, to woman and man.
You that love lovers, this is your home. Welcome. In the midst of making form, love made this form that melts forth. With love for the door, soul the vestibule. We rarely hear the inward music, but we're all dancing to it, nevertheless.
Hark, join in the chorus, the heavens resound. The old day is ending, a new day is crowned. Rise, hope for the ages, arise like the sun. All speech flow to music, all hearts beat as one.
And we invite you now to join in our words of affirmation as we light our chalice. From the bottom of my very existence, I am pervaded with light energy, shining colors to my eye, warmth to my skin, inspiration to my soul. In this unity of creative sparks and sparkling creation, life unfolds. Let us open our senses to the light within and around us and send it out with shining examples into the world.
Rise up, O flame, by thy light glowing. Show to us beauty, vision,
Good morning and welcome to First Unitarian Society. My name is Drew Collins and I am music director here. I'm joined today by my colleagues, the Reverend Kelly Asperuth Jackson and the Reverend Kelly Crocker, and the worship team of Linda Warren, Stephen Gregorius, and Daniel Carnes. And of course, a special welcome to our FUS Society Choir and Meeting House Chorus and our special guests in the orchestra. This weekend is one of our 2 all-music weekends at First Unitarian Society when we place special emphasis on the role of music in worship. Though we are oriented toward the music corner today, the words for readings and songs will still be projected on the screen.
The vision of FUS is growing souls, connecting with one another, and embodying our UU values in our lives, our community, and our world. A special welcome to any visitors with us today. We are so glad that you are here this morning. We hope you will be able to stay and join us for coffee hour immediately following the service, which will be held in the Commons just out those doors. If you would like more information about First Unitarian Society, please stop by the welcome table, which is also in the Commons just around the corner. A welcome as well to those worshiping with us online. Thank you for joining us and making us a part of your, well, whatever time of day it is for you right now. Please watch until the very end to see the announcement slides repeat and get some sense of what's going on and what's coming up in the life of the congregation. If you would prefer a smaller group facilitated conversation along with your coffee this morning, please stay in this room after the service. Our Healthy Congregation team will be leading their monthly small group conversation here in the auditorium. Many thanks to Roz Woodward for being with us to do that. Our Climate Action team has a brief survey they are hoping you will complete to get a sense of your hopes and priorities on climate justice work. Details can be found in the red floors or at the social justice table, which once again is right out there in the Commons. Today at 10, right after this service, in the Landmark Auditorium across the way, Frank Davis, an organizer with Moses, will speak to us about injustices in the justice system in a special forum sponsored by your Moses team. Coffee will also be served there, so you don't have to choose. And finally, one more announcement. This afternoon, from 1 to 2, there is a rally at the Capitol for reproductive freedom. If you are interested in carpooling with folks from FUS, we will be leaving from the parking lot shortly after the 11 service ends, round about noon. Hope to see you there. And now I want to call forward anyone and everyone who would like to hear a story this morning. Everything is a little different today, so you're going to go just a little bit further that way if you want to hear the story.
Pull up a cushion. Welcome. Yeah, come on over. Oh, welcome. Here, you can come. Yep. You guys can come over here by the piano, too, or over here in the aisle. So nice to see you this morning. Welcome. I'm Julie, and I wanted to talk to you about having a voice. Who has a voice? Oh my gosh, me too. Yes, right? What can we do with our voices?
Sing.
What? We sing, yes. What else?
We talk.
We talk?
Yell.
Yell? Laugh? Yes. Hum? Yes. Yes, over here.
You can hold your breath.
You can hold your breath. You can have silence. That's a choice too. Lovely. Yes.
You can whistle.
You can whistle. Yeah. Anything else you can do with your voice? Yes.
Whisper.
You can whisper. Oh, great minds think alike. Yes. Does anybody ever use your voice to say words of love? Yes. How about speaking up for yourself? Do you ever use your voice to speak up for someone else? Yes. We are powerful. Our voices are powerful, aren't they? And what's amazing is that when we use our voice, that in and of itself is wonderful. And when we use our voice with other people, our power is magnified. Our message is magnified. And it is a beautiful thing. So this morning, because it is All Music Sunday, we are going to practice using our voices to sing together. We will create more joy and more beauty together. But first, before we do that, can you just put your hand on your chest. Feel your heart, feel your breath. Take a nice, slow breath. Ooh, can you feel that in the room? Lovely. Feel your heartbeat. We are going to sing a song that probably many of you know, called This Little Light of Mine. But if you're feeling your chest, feeling your heart, feeling you, it's not little, is it? It's very big. So we're going to sing This Big Light of Mine, right? And we are going to vamp a little bit. We're going to change some words. So listen and join me when we sing, okay? Let's start with a tap. This little light of mine, but it's big. I'm gonna let it shine. This big light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. This big light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, shine, shine. Let it shine. How about that heart? This big heart of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. This big heart of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. This big heart of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, shine, shine. Let it shine. How about your great voice? This great voice of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. This great voice of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This great voice of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, shine, shine. Let it shine. How about your great mind? This great mind of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This great mind of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This great mind of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, shine, shine. Let it shine. Let it shine, shine, shine. Let it shine. Thank you for using your voices. Keep using your voices. It is time for you to go to your classes now. Thank you so much.
Shall go out with joy and be led forth with peace. The mountains and the hills will break forth before. There'll be shouts of joy, and all the trees of the field will clap their hands. And all the trees of the field will clap
The words to the hymn Amazing Grace were written 250 years ago in 1772 by English Anglican clergyman and poet John Newton, who lived from 1725 to 1807. Newton wrote these words from personal experience. He grew up without any religious conviction, but his life's path was formed by a variety of twists and coincidences that were often put into motion by what other people took as his recalcitrant insubordination. He was conscripted into service with the Royal Navy, and after leaving service, he became involved in the Atlantic slave trade. In 1748, a violent storm battered his vessel off the coast of County Donegal, Ireland, so severely that he called out to God for mercy. While this moment marked his spiritual conversion, he continued slave trading until 1755, when he ended seafaring altogether. Newton then began studying Christian theology and later became an abolitionist. Ordained in the Church of England in 1764, Newton became the curate of Olney, Buckinghamshire, where he began to write hymns with the poet William Cowper. Amazing Grace was written to illustrate a sermon on New Year's Day, 1773. It has been associated with more than 20 melodies. In 1835, American composer William Walker set it to the tune known as New Britain, and this is the version we will sing today.
We can remain seated and sing together hymn number 205 in your gray hymnal or on the screen. Amazing Grace.
I once was lost.
I hope that demonstrates the breadth of the musical offerings here at FUS, from Brahms to 1970s Broadway. In 1913, Harvard philosophy professor Josiah Royce wrote, "My life means nothing, either theoretically or practically, unless I am a member of a community." He observed that besides the actual communities we experience in our daily lives, there was also an ideal beloved community made up of all those dedicated to the cause of loyalty and truth. Royce saw community as a step toward unity for the entire of humanity. Throughout the year and from year to year, the FUS staff works together to create opportunities for our members and affiliates to live out our values and connect with one another so that we might build beloved community here. There are so many ways to grow spiritually and connect with others. Worship is certainly one of those ways, but there are others. As music director, I believe strongly in the role music can play in bringing people together. Just look at this group of friends behind me. The music staff and volunteers here come together each week with the goal of participating in and augmenting worship services by singing and playing meaningful music. Because music is a universal phenomenon in all cultures and a basic mode of intelligence in the human brain, it can bring together people of diverse racial, ethnic, educational, class, gender, ability, sexual orientation, backgrounds, and identities into an interdependent relationship of love, mutual respect, and care. Of course, there are ways to invite community into your life besides music, I suppose. After all, FUS has 4 program areas: children's religious exploration, adult religious education, social justice, and music. And if you ask people, what they think FUS is known for, you might get a different answer for every person you ask. I remember when I first arrived, people took me aside and said, because I was the music director, in addition to music, FUS is really known for their children's religious exploration program. And someone else would take me aside and say, in addition to music, we're really well known for our social justice activities. And on. A variety of offerings and events helps us all build the beloved community that we seek. We have book groups, classes, and small group ministries. We have a social justice-themed film series. We have monthly potluck dinners and the weekly Friday noon musicale recital series. We have family-oriented events like Autumn Fest and Family Movie Night outside, and a 20s and 30s group. There's the Moses team, as you heard about earlier in the service, working to end mass incarceration and racial disparity in our prison system, and the Climate Action Team. You could volunteer as a CRE teacher, lead an adult class, help with social justice issues, or even make coffee between services, and so much more. And of course, you can always join one of our 2 adult choirs and have your children join one of our 3 children's and youth choirs. I encourage you to talk to an FUS staff member about ways for you to connect with one another and build beloved community with us.
invite you now into a time of giving and receiving, where we give freely and generously to this offering which sustains our community here, and this week specifically supports the First Unitarian Society music program. There are multiple ways to share your gifts. There's baskets being passed here in the auditorium. Thank you so much. And you'll see on the screen that you can donate directly from our website, fusmadison.org. And you'll see the text to give information there as well. We thank you for your generosity and for your faith in this life we create together. Each week we gather, bringing with us the joys and the losses of our days and the ones of those we love. We share all these here, knowing they are held in care and in support. We light a candle of grief and sorrow for the UW-Madison student who passed away on Monday outside Smith Residence Hall. We send our love to their family and friends and pray for a world where everyone has the care and support they need and deserve, and the deep knowledge that they are not alone. We light a candle in honor of the Trans Day of Visibility, held each year on March 31st. We join in celebration of the diversity of our embodiments and experiences, affirming that all are worthy, all have dignity, all are sacred. Today we lift up and honor the lives of our transgender siblings whose journeys embody courage, resilience, and self-determination. May our hearts be open to the beauty and strength in their stories. And may we recognize the divine spark within them so that we may recognize it clearer within us all. We light a candle in anticipation of the election to be held this coming Tuesday, April 4th. Let this be a reminder to those of us who enjoy the right to vote of the obligation to use it and of the opportunity to support our friends and neighbors in the free exercise of their rights as well. We light a candle to acknowledge those held in prison or jail without just legal recourse or due process of law. We think with sympathy of political prisoners held in this country and in all other countries around the globe, wishing for their swift release. And we light a candle in solidarity with the people of Ukraine. We yearn for peace for them and for all people, for an end to wars of conquest anywhere and everywhere on earth. And we light a candle of grief and anger for the lives lost at Covenant School in Nashville on Monday. We remember Evelyn Dykehouse, Hallie Scruggs, William Kinney, Cynthia Peake, Mike Hill, and Catherine Kuntz. May their lives and their absence fuel a passion for justice and change and a reckoning in our nation. And if you'll join us now in a moment of meditation with these words from a poem written by Jess Jans called The Right to Bear Arms. And what about everything else we could do with our arms should we go on living freely? Free as in we go to the coffee shop and keep living. Free as in our kids go to school and come back still living. Free as in we get on the subway and arrive at home still living. Free as in we go to the market and leave with arms full of lettuce, of fruit, of squash, of berries. I do not want to spend the rest of this lifetime with our arms wrapped around each other in grief of the same story in a different city, a different street, a different school, a different mall, a different movie theater, shaking our heads. I want to spend our lives bearing softness, bearing the stories of what we've survived, bearing testimonies of the ways we made the world safe for the living to go on living. Amen and amen.
There is a love holding us. There is a love holding all that we love. There is a love holding us. Dearest in this
And now let us rise in body and or in spirit to sing our closing hymn, number 108. My life flows on in endless song. We'll sing all three verses. The second will be a cappella. Keep singing.
My life flows on in endless song above its lamentation. I hear the real, though far off hymn.
the world singing. Let us go out into the world singing songs that proclaim liberty, songs that turn ashes into garlands, songs that bind up the afflicted and those who mourn, songs that, like oaks, have roots that go deep and stand strong. Let us go out into the world singing. We know these songs, they vibrate through time in our very souls. They are the songs that give us life. They are the songs that give us meaning. They are the songs that give us purpose. Now it is our turn to take these life-giving songs out into the world. Let us go now singing these songs with voices deep and strong, and may the world join us in praise, in celebration, and in love. Blessed be, go in peace, and please be seated for one last gift of music.